By now, most people know about Airbnb and Uber and how these companies revolutionized the world with a concept that's called the sharing economy. Now, homeowners can use the Airbnb app to use their home like it's a hotel and earn revenue from travelers as if they were a hotel. And car owners now with Uber can use their car as if it was a taxi, and they can earn revenue from passengers as if they were a taxi company. So this is the concept of a sharing economy, because you're earning revenue just as a regular person that owns a house or owns a car, rather than all the money going to these big companies, big taxi companies, and big hotels. Well, World Mobile is what we're going to be talking about today. They have applied that concept to a mobile internet provider service. And what I really like about them is it's not just the concept of a sharing economy, but they've also had a breakthrough in technology. They've revolutionized the actual tech to make it much cheaper, which means that people participating in the sharing economy are going to be able to earn a lot more revenue than you can find pretty much anywhere else. So welcome back, everybody. I'm the Wise Admiral. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I talk about Web3 stuff and things that interest me, and today we're going to be talking about World Mobile. So let's dive into it. So here's a case study from December 23, not too long ago from the time of this video. And this is actually in Mozambique, which is in Africa. You can see right here, right on top of South Africa. And so they did a case study here, and the idea was, hey, we can create a mobile internet company and we can do it cheaper, because for the power it takes and for the resources it takes to create 12 regular cell phone towers, we can do the exact same by using a 75-foot blimp like this one, putting it a few thousand feet in the air with radio transmitters on that. We can erect it faster, and it's 8 times cheaper than those 12 cell phone towers, and much faster to build, and 8 times cheaper, which means that the business model is insane. There's many parts of the world where the big carriers are never going to go, because their traditional conventional way of bringing internet to people's homes and people's phones is by creating these cell phone towers. But there's a better way, and World Mobile has figured that out. And through their model, their system is basically this big blimp in the sky, covers a large area, and then they'll have these boxes that you can put on people's roofs or in people's homes that can provide internet to an entire community, to an entire city even. So this is the case study, and I will include the link for this below. But I can read the highlights here. It says World Mobile tests the feasibility of mounting cellular base stations on aerostats, that's the blimps, in Mozambique. Radio units mounted on aerostats could make it economically viable to bring cellular coverage to rural areas. World Mobile has run a trial in Mozambique that found that one aerostat could provide the same coverage as 12 conventional base stations. Trials showed an aerostat is faster to deploy than traditional towers, and it could be installed and operated at 1/8 the cost of a conventional base station. World Mobile is hopeful that Mozambique's regulators will sanction commercial usage of the aerostat to expand cellular coverage. And World Mobile believes aerostats could also play an important role in providing rural coverage in some developed countries, such as the US. So you can read through this here. There's a couple more images. Very cool. And so these guys did this all last year. They've been around for several years now, and they are well on their way. So they are not just in Africa, they are in Asia, they are in Europe, and they're even in North America. They're even providing internet coverage to Reno, Nevada, which has terrible internet coverage. And the people of Reno are super happy to be able to have this option. There's a couple of reasons why this matters. First of all, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's a sharing economy. So their scalable model allows people to own these nodes that are on the ground, either the aerostat blimp And these, white boxes, the nodes that are on people's homes, on people's rooftops, and people's houses, that is the infrastructure that is providing this mobile connectivity. And so you can own that, and then you earn a portion of the revenue from the people paying their internet bills. And that's super exciting because everybody needs connectivity. There's a huge demand for it, and it's only growing. People need to connect to be able to do commerce, to be able to do anything, to be able to live their lives. We are a more and more connected world, and people desire this connection, and there's just a huge demand for it. So that means, people are going to continue to pay their internet bills. And this is also like a recession-proof type of yield as well. Because, even with Airbnb, less people travel when there's a recession. During COVID-19, for instance, way less people traveled. But everybody's going to still need to pay for their internet. And there's just an increasing demand for it. So it's very recession-proof. It's not like we deal a lot with Web3 products, right? But when Bitcoin tanks, when Ethereum tanks, it's not going to affect World Mobile because it's literally people paying their internet bills. So we're going to go through a few things here. So first of all, revolutionary idea. They've actually changed the model. They're not building cell phone towers. They're putting up blimps, and it's cheaper. It's 1/8 the cost, and they're continually finding ways to make the blimp more efficient and cheaper, and they can do it faster as well. So it's a cheaper business model, which means that their customer base is a lot larger than these conventional companies. They can go to the places where the conventional companies can't, and because they're at 1/8 the cost, they're able to offer the service for cheaper and make more money at the same time. So the sharing model, just like I said, like you can go onto their website and they're always sold out. When they do offer another tranche, they've been selling out in 90 seconds. But as they expand, you can own these nodes that they're putting up all across the world. Now, I have a solution for you guys because Wise Lending, that's my company, we've actually partnered with World Mobile, and we have an allocation. So we'll get first dibs, and we'll get 10% off these new nodes as they come. We have a lend borrow protocol, basically a Web3 crypto savings protocol. And you can see a screenshot here of what we're launching. Basically, there's going to be a widget on wiselending.com. You can go to the tab that has our strategies, and there's going to be a World Mobile Vault, just like you can see here, that has fixed 20% APY on USDC. So you can put USDC in the vault. You're going to get 20% fixed APY, and this yield is coming from people paying their internet bills. You put the USDC in the vault, goes to World Mobile, invested in that infrastructure, those nodes. You now own some of those nodes, and you will earn the revenue from that, specifically 20% fixed APY. So this is launching on Christmas, and this is 2024, so December 25, 2024, and this will be an option that is available. And as you can see, our first allocation is $5 million. So we'll have up to $5 million that we can accept in USDC. And then, of course, every couple months or so, World Mobile is expanding, and they'll give us more allocation. If we fill up the 5 million, they're going to be able to give us more. So this is probably going to be a pretty hot commodity since, you go to their website, super high demand. They sell out in 90 seconds. And that's not at a 10% off rate. That's at the market rate as far as what they're offering their notes for. So sharing economy model, that's how you can get involved directly. You can simply go to Wise Lending and then put some USDC in the vault, and boom, you're now part of the World Mobile sharing economy. But they've got a bigger vision as well, because it's not just about sharing economy and being able to help people earn revenue, but this is actually bigger than that, because these big mobile internet companies are actually selling your data. Data from your phone, data from your Wi-Fi. They're collecting and selling data, and this is a network that is on chain and separate from all those big wireless companies. So World Mobile actually launched their own blockchain, which is crazy. It's actually it's a layer 2 rollup. It rolls up to the Optimism chain. That's a layer 2 on Ethereum, and so all the data is on chain. It is literally on chain. And also the revenue is on chain as well. You give USDC, USDC obviously gets converted to fiat to purchase those nodes, but then the revenue gets paid back in USDC as well. And so that's why we're able to have this vault products on Wise Lending too. But the bigger picture, which they don't have available yet, is owning and the option to sell your own data. So these big companies, they make billions, if not trillions of dollars from selling customers' data. You are the product. I am the product. When I use my cell phone, that's just a regular cell phone connected to, Verizon, T-Mobile, whatever. When I use Google, like these people are selling your data and they're collecting your data too. This is a separate network. It's a network that's on chain, and it's going to give you the option to keep your data private and keep your data in that community, because these are community networks. And eventually you'll be able to have another revenue model where you can choose to share and sell some of your own data from the collected data as the network provider is doing. So World Mobile is their own network provider. They're not like it's not like a white glove of the Verizon network. No, they've got their own infrastructure. This is literally radio transmitters on blimps with their own technology to distribute that. And so this is a separate network that is completely decentralized from those big company models, which I think is very interesting. I've been hearing the idea tossed around about, we don't want to give these big companies data. We want to control our own data. We want to be able to profit off of our own data and selling it. But this is really the first way I've seen that it could actually work. So very excited about that. The other thing is this is future-proof infrastructure. One of the biggest objections I see is like, oh, well, isn't Elon Musk Starlink satellites going to be able to, just beam down internet to people anywhere in the world? Not really. Like yes, Starlink is doing great things, but just from a physics perspective, when you're talking about using a satellite and trying to service a neighborhood of people, and then even worse when you're talking about a condensed city of people, there's something called beam contention. And that means that, you need a lot more satellites to be able to provide high quality internet. Like it's one thing to allow people to call 911 with a satellite. And it's another thing to give live streaming internet. Like those are like two majorly different things. And just because of the physics of being a satellite orbiting the Earth and then beaming down to provide internet connection, there's just not enough bandwidth for that to make sense at all. And that's something that's not going to change because it's really bound by physics. You can do a lot more with units on the ground. You can provide a lot more bandwidth, a lot better coverage, and it's not going to just be like 911 SOS calls and like some small audio calls. Like you can actually provide high speed, really good quality internet, even in rural areas using this. So physics are on our side. Last thing I want to talk about is being a network of networks, because they actually, I'm talking about World Mobile, want you to be able to, in the very near future, be able to franchise that. Because remember, World Mobile is still in control of this. They decide how much revenue you get, how much revenue they get, and it's great that they're sharing, but they're going to allow you to just completely franchise and build your own network, and then they could be a network of networks. So that's their scalable model. It's fair. It's a sharing economy. It's about privacy, owning your own data. It's about earning really good revenue, and I'm very excited about them. So stay on the lookout. I'm going to do another dedicated video just about how no, Starlink is not going to render World Mobile obsolete, and be on the lookout for that. But that's going to end it for this video. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.